You are live. Hello and welcome to another day in the Milky Way. And tonight we got a great show for you. We are coming to you live on this Friday night. And tonight I got a great guest with me, Lady Spellbreaker. Heather, thank you for coming on. We're going to talk about the moon and the stars and all these things and how are your stars align and what it means and a whole bunch of other stuff. So I hope you are gonna enjoy this. This is gonna be good to find out what we all missed. You always have so much to say about these things, and you know your astrology way better than I do. I envy you. I really
Oh
do.
man, I thank you. It's good to have be here again, and hello to everyone. I am learning so much about astrology that I really feel like I know nothing still. I guess a wise woman once said, "I know nothing."
Yeah.
We have a whole lot left to learn, huh?
Well, exactly. I mean, it is as much as I've studied the subject of astrology, it blows my mind because there's just so much to learn. It's like I feel like I'm so far behind as I begin already. I'm like, oh well, I can go outside and look at the stars and say, that's the Big Dipper, and that's the Small Dipper, and that is the North Star, and my sign is Taurus, and I'm somewhere in Ophiuchus, somewhere there, and I know, uh, yeah, okay, and the moon is rising. There you
Well,
go. There is as far
well,
as I get.
but but what if you start to look at the wheel, your
Yeah.
astrology wheel that I gave you, and then
Hmm.
if you look at the charts that I do that I put on my community tab for the full moon and the new moon, and if
Hmm.
a planet goes to retrograde or whatever, when you look at it and you start to understand planets and energy, and that most people resonate with their sun sign, wherever the sun is when you're born. And they
Hmm.
resonate with the tropical astrology wheel, which is based on seasons, Western astrology.
Hmm.
And the concept I like people to look at is like your whole wheel. That you're not just your sun sign. You are your moon sign. That is your emotional self that you may not show to everyone. Your more vulnerable self,
Yes.
the self that cries, your feminine's energy. And everybody has masculine and feminine energy. Every male and female.
The thing
Like,
is it balance. That's the problem, I think.
yeah,
Okay, so you said you did a wheel for me, and I would like to share it with everybody because this was it. If you can see that, can you see that? Yeah, great.
yeah.
There's the wheel. You know, you put together. Thank you very much.
You're
And
welcome. And I even am getting better as I keep working with Adobe Photoshop.
okay, let's since this is mine, let's talk about my wheel and how did you come up with all of this stuff, and what does some of these things mean? Um,
Um,
because I'm
well,
sure other people are going to look at this. I look at it and it's kind of confusing in a way. I mean, just oh my gosh, I'm aligning here with all these things, and the blue lines align. And why don't you go through it a little bit, and so people can understand?
all
If you
right.
please.
Let's start over toward your ascendant because you are actually so that those side closest to us are where our video is right now
Okay.
with the zodiac symbol that looks like a U with a
Okay.
line through it.
Yeah, that's
That
this one
is
right here.
Ophiuchus.
Oh, fucus. Yeah.
And your ascendant sign is right there. It says AS in light colored letters. And that is where your rising sign is when you were born into this world. Your moon and your rising sign change with the times and go around the wheel really quickly.
Okay.
But you want to first learn, I guess, your symbols for the constellations and the planets. That would make it a lot easier to read. That's how
Okay.
I make it easier to read. Now, your sun, moon, and rising are very important. So now that we found the rising, do you know where the Aries symbol is? Since I don't have a cursor, that's your sun sign over there.
Where is it?
Where Aries is it's red. The sun is red and it's a circle with a dot in it.
This one here.
Nope, down. Yep, right there. Yep.
Okay. Circle with a dot right here.
No, you're there. You're there.
Okay.
I think my computer's lagging.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm with you now. Yeah, Aries looks like ram horns there.
Oh, this is Aries right here. Yes.
And in the typical zodiacs, they start in Aries. Aries is like the one that plants the seed. Aries is fire. Aries is typically the fire pioneer of the zodiac, ruled by Mars. Passion, very action oriented. So your sun there is at 11 degrees Aries.
Okay.
So you see where it says 11?
Yes, 11.
And then
yes.
it's 22. I
22.
can't see if that's a 22. Is that a 22?
Yes, 22.
Okay. So you'd say 11 degrees and 22. I don't know what the other word is.
Okay.
And in Aries. So you're nice, right? And you're a real Aries sun sign. That's your masculine self. Now, I got real excited when I saw your ascendant in Ophiuchus over there.
Okay.
As in Ophiuchus rising. And your Mars is even in Ophiuchus. That's Mars. Over there with the U, if you go back to where you were just a second ago.
Yeah. This
right
one
there.
Here.
Yep. That's Mars in Ophiuchus. So Raw Star, hold on, let me get her site. Raw Star 13, well, she salvaged the original man's work. About the different placements of Ophiuchus for the planets. Like Neptune and Ophiuchus.
Yeah.
Here it is. So you could go look at that on your ascendant, and it's a lot to read. We already went over this once.
Yes.
But since that's your chart,
yeah.
If anybody's born between November 30th and December 17th, your sun would be in Ophiuchus. About December 17th, 18th, depending where in the world you're at.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be like your ascendant sign, your rising sign. That is who you present yourself to the world as.
Mm-hmm.
Your masculine self is maybe who you step into when your ego really steps in.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
You might be turned into an Aries fireball when your masculine self steps up. Like that's what I drew this over here in my world is about balancing those elements.
Oh
Because
yeah,
I've been working on my tree of life drawing over here.
yeah.
And I put the masculine and feminine energy together here on the top.
Okay.
So let's go look at where your moon is. Because that's your downward triangle, your emotional self on your chart. I think it's in Virgo. So
Okay.
you would go look for the moon symbol. Hello to everyone in the chat. I hope you're doing fantastic. Much love to you all. So your moon
Yes.
is going to be now just learning the placements and how to read the chart can be overwhelming.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
a lot like when I do them for people, sometimes they look at it and they have no idea what they're looking at. And we all need guidance along it because it even matters what houses they're in later. Each house has a meaning to it. And so your moon, if you look up there, is blue. And
Mm-hmm.
it's, do you know the Virgo symbol? Can you see your moon symbol?
This one,
Yep,
yeah.
right there. Yep. And you actually have a lot there in Virgo. A lot of placements in Virgo right there. I
Yeah.
see Jupiter's in Virgo. Um, and Virgo is very earth energy. Um,
I'm all about Earth. Yeah.
yes, and you are, so that makes a lot of sense. That your emotions, your Jupiter is in Virgo. So, and that's in your 11th house. And your 10th and your 11th house is like kind of where you present yourself in the world. Like my midheaven, my 10th house is in Scorpio, and so my passion is bringing healing to humanity through for addictions and things like that. Like
Yeah.
your midheaven, is that say MC next to it? I can't see that very well. Next to your moon, that's your MC.
Yes, it says MC. Yes.
Okay, so that's your midheaven. That is where you present yourself to the world. That's what you are passionate about. So, with all that being in Virgo, that tells me that you have got to have lots of time grounded and connected to the earth, physically hands on. Even, I think, if we are too into this technology world, we
Mm-hmm.
need a lot of good balance with the earth energy,
Mm-hmm.
especially in the winter time when we're indoors more. I've been getting outdoors more with no headphones on and just being present and enjoying my walk with
Yep.
the dog
Yep.
and breathing in fresh crisp air, not taking any pictures, just being in the moment
Just
and
being in
being
the moment.
present.
I like it.
Yes, and just breathing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No,
And
I
that's how
agree.
huh?
I agree. That's it. I like, like myself. I enjoy like the summer when I go out and garden. I used to,
Yeah.
or like when the weather's nice here, I can go for a nice long hike in the out by the park and take the dogs and stuff. And I just have a great time just enjoying nature, being out there all by myself. The wind and the animals, especially if you see some deer or something, it just makes things really good.
Yeah, and it's almost I enjoy going to the park, right, and sitting by the creek and taking my shoes off and putting my toes in it. I check the water levels to see when we don't get a lot of rain and things like that. Because
Mhm.
I am a Capricorn rising. Capricorn's an earth sign. So so there's to each sign there are three, well, Yeah, there are 3 signs of each element. So we're all the elements is the big basic message, and we all need to be connected to the earth
Yes.
as as, as much as we're connected to the each other all over the world at our fingertips at the speed of lightning. We can share information and put all this information into our brains and things all day, and no wonder we're tired human beings, and we're doing so much just going out and breathing some fresh oxygen
Mm-hmm.
and connecting to the earth can change our entire uh I feel different in the summer than when I'm inside so much in the winter.
Yep.
You know, I
I,
think it's such a different vibration.
here's the thing. Do you think our forefathers knew something that we didn't when they built houses and they did things like that? Considering that they like their basement would have a dirt floor, or the house was situated so that when the wind would blow, they could open the windows and literally air out the house or keep it cool. Did you ever notice that houses nowadays aren't built to do that? They're built so that the windows can stay shut all day and that you can have an air conditioner.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, do you ever really think about it? I mean, no, a lot of people don't think about it in that respect. They just think, oh, I have a window. But years ago, they situated your house so that the wind would literally air conditioner your house. It
Yeah.
would be in facing the right way with the most windows on the side where the sun would come up and heat the house. Uh,
Yeah.
you know, and nowadays we don't even do that. We don't do any of that.
No, they do have homes called earth ships,
Well,
but
yeah,
I think
the earth ships may be like that, but I mean, most of these cookie cutter houses, they're all designed for fake air, the air conditioning and fake heat. Turn on the gas or the electric. You don't open your windows. You got windows there, but most people put a shade or a blind in front of it, and they never open them anyway.
uh, yeah, our my one of my shamans, one of her biggest things was that we open our windows for 15 minutes and let fresh air into our homes and, every day.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, fresh air. Uh, you know, it's like changing the sheets on your bed, you know,
Yeah,
or whatever. I mean, like today, I warmed up here to like 30 degrees. I opened up the door and let the house air out, and it just gives me a whole new feeling in the house because I have fresh air in here again. Go figure.
yeah, yeah. I've been doing a lot of breath work lately, so air is very important. Air is an element. I was just talking about breathing in the air. I'm realizing how many of us isolated during this pandemic, and some with pre-existing like agoraphobia
Hmm.
and fears of going outside would isolate us even more. And fresh air is so important. Like stepping outside, it can clear even our senses. When we're trapped indoors, I'm really realizing the value of silence.
Yes, yes. Did you? Did you? This I bring this one up all the time, and there's an episode of the Twilight Zone where the guy has a time machine and he goes back in time and he brings a guy from the 1800s or whatever it is from way back, and he brings him into modern day, and the guy literally goes nuts because he's like, all the noises. He says, it's terrible. The noises, they're everywhere. And it drove the guy nuts until he went crazy. He's like, because he could hear the refrigerator running. He could hear the freezer running. Telephones are ringing. The sirens are going outside. The cars are running. I mean, it was just literally making him crazy because, think about it. Back in the 1800s, what'd you have? A horse walking by? You could
Yeah.
hear the crickets, the birds chirping.
Yeah.
Uh, what was your loudest sound in 1800? I mean, really, there wasn't. Everything was nature yet. Even if you were in town, the most you could probably hear is somebody hammering, or maybe a horse walking by, or a wagon wheel, creaking. But other
Yeah.
than that, it was all quiet.
Yes. I was listening to, it's Thich Nhat Hanh. He's a Buddhist teacher. The audio book is called, I would love to own the book one day. It's called Silence, the Power of Quiet in a World Full of Noise. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm becoming more aware of all the noise and even my dependency on sleeping with, like, I've got meditation flute sounds playing in the background now,
Mm-hmm.
and dependency on these devices to bring peaceful sounds.
Mm-hmm.
But as I'm doing my breath work and things, because I've been feeling the same way lately. Like, my sun sign is Aries, so my masculine side when it comes out is an Aries, aggressive Aries,
Mm-hmm.
a fireball, and I'm a Leo moon, so that's more fire. And so I'm real passionate about a lot of things. But like, I'm finding overstimulation and noise.
Mm-hmm.
If the TV's on when I'm down there talking to my parents and my mom starts watching a video on her phone and it's loud and noisy, it almost, yeah, makes me want to flip out. All the noise that's going on. I teach a lot about the throat chakra too, and how we balance our throat energy and our talking even.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
What's the favorite noises you enjoy?
Uh, Noises I enjoy. Uh, I don't. I like nature noises. You know what I mean. Like, I love to hear the birds chirping. And I like to. I like quiet. It irritates me. Like, some people like to have like a staticky background, right? You ever
Uh-huh.
meet somebody who likes to have that? They gotta have a fan blowing or something when they go to bed, or they gotta have the TV on or something like that. Oh my God, that just drives me nuts. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll lay there in bed and hear the refrigerator running, and that irritates me. You know,
You've got some type of inner tension.
maybe, but I
Prob-
mean,
Probably because those, it sometimes those, it's interesting the way some things affect different people. I
I
had to sleep with a fan in when I was locked up before.
Mhm.
And learning, like, I'm trying to adapt to not sleeping with the flutes and stuff playing on Pandora.
Yeah.
And I wake up a lot easier when there's not background music.
Mm.
Maybe for some of us, the noise in our head is so loud with all of our thoughts that we do want something to drown it out.
Oh,
Like,
that could
the
be.
sound of the clock ticking could drive me crazy.
Oh yeah. That's the thing, is like, you just hit on something about drowning out your thoughts with stuff like that. See, I don't have a problem with that. I just close my eyes, and less sound the better. Um, my thoughts. I quiet my thoughts. I go to that place. Like, even, did you ever, I'm sure you probably have, where you can play this 932 hertz music stuff, like you got playing in the background, so it helps you sleep and regenerate and stuff. I tried that too, and that's irritating too.
Sometimes some of them are real irritating to me. Sometimes those singing bowls grate on my nerves, and I have a friend who has singing bowls that vibrate my whole room, and it is too much. It almost is like makes my brain feel like it's shaking and gonna explode, and I can't even handle it. That to me is not real therapeutic. Hello, Pearl Jones. The
Um,
wind, if it's not bringing us good feelings, then it's the wrong tool for us. It might work for some people, but not us.
yes, exactly. Hey, so um, we I see Nina the Mystic is in the chat, and let's see. I want to say Witchy Moon says the wind. She likes to hear the wind. Somebody else said children laughing. Oh, that was
Yeah.
Witchy Moon too. She likes to hear children laughing. Um, and storms. Yes, a storm is pretty cool. I like hearing storms. I still don't like falling asleep while there's a storm. But anyway, Nina says, my windows are always open a bit with the candles and incense I have here too. So yeah, she likes to have the windows open to air the house out. So that's kind of good. Um, here's the thing is, like, okay, so some of us can just quiet our minds. Like myself, I believe I can quiet my mind. I just go to this spot in my mind, and there's nothing else there. It's just whatever I put in it, and I can put nothing in it or something in it. And literally, when time to go to sleep, I can be asleep by time you count to 10. I mean, that's all it takes me. And I can get up in the middle of the night, and I can let the dogs out and go right back to bed, close my eyes, and I'm back to sleep. I am good at it. Whereas most people, they'll lay there for forever trying to get back to sleep because they need some noise, or this, that, or the other. But not me. It's quiet.
But you also work. I think a lot of it depends how much physical energy we put into the day.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it, I'm really realizing a lot about the male and female energy. Remember those pictures I showed you before
Mm-hmm.
of the triangles in the brain?
Yes. Yes.
Because when we get caught in our analytical thinking,
Mm-hmm.
thought, that's our masculine energy.
Mm-hmm.
When we can't like let go of things and worry about things we can't control, even especially before bed, is a time when people think too much. And that's when people start taking things to help them sleep if it's too much. If
Yeah.
they're not sleeping well. If their worry is taking over their mind, I think that is our masculine in our ego. And sometimes if we just surrender,
There we go.
that's it.
That's the one.
Intellect is our masculine logic. The upright triangle that I just showed you.
Yep.
So I think we fully step into our magic and power when we fully embrace both parts of our feminine and masculine energy inside of us. When we are tapped into our feelings, that's our intuition, that's our creativity.
Yep.
That's what else does that say? Gosh, I can't. Compassion. I can't read how small.
Oh, creativity. A stoic thought and compassion. Yes.
Yes.
Holistic.
Yes. And yes, I am so glad that Pearl Jones just said that.
Mm.
Because when our brains are traumatized, the body
Oh, yeah.
does keep the score. It will affect thought processing. I am learning so much about complex PTSD
Mm-hmm.
and long term uh, trauma because it literally sets a glitch in the nervous system, the brain. I got the book, The Body Keeps the Score. So, even some of the best things for trauma survivors is reprogramming of our thoughts. If we've got negative thoughts, that especially ones that tend to worry, that's why I use a lot of cards that give us positive, healthy reinforcement, cognitive behavioral therapy. And see, that goes over to our cognitive side. That's funny because a traumatized brain, someone with PTSD, the the front part of the right side of their brain goes out and they can't think clearly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's actually studies done on that. And so, look, our masculine brain, the left side of our brain is connected to the right side of our body.
Yes.
Even our ears, our left side of our brain is connected to our right ear.
Mm.
So, if we aren't balanced in our masculine energy, we can manifest pain on the opposite side of our body. Our That's our masculine, our giving side. Our giving hand is our right hand. Our
Mm-hmm.
receiving hand is our feminine side that is connected to the left side or the right side of our brain. Our left hand, our left knee, and emotions and things are stored in our spine. So, one of the questions I think you even asked was about alignment.
Yes.
And be in alignment, what does it mean when the stars align for us?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
if it's what if it's not even the stars? What if all the planets are on the tree of life and you need to align your energy inside of you and be balanced?
Yeah. Maybe that's what it really is.
Yeah.
Because we talked about that the other day, me and Nina, on our show. We talked about, well, what, about the stars aligning for you, and we kind of casually mentioned it, but it was a big question, and I thought that's what I'd propose to you, like, what does it really mean when our stars align? But you're telling me it's not the stars itself; it's our chakra energies in our masculine, feminine things that are balancing out and aligning that are going to give us the best results, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think being in alignment with our energies, like I have a lot of fire in my chart. So I need to be able to, I got a lot of fire, earth, and water. And our charts, even what we're born into,
Mm-hmm.
changes 1 degree every year.
Yeah.
It progresses forward. So I had the Zoom meeting with Raw Star 13, the 13 sign astrologer in the UK, whose website I gave you there. Did I give you the website? Did I put it in the chat?
Uh, I don't remember, but I can check.
I think I did. I put it in the chat. I do believe.
Uh,
Anyway, she worked with Eric
yes,
Seligson.
yes, there it is.
Okay.
No, that's a Fucus Placements, Red Star 13.
Yeah, that's her. That's her website because it's going to go to Raw Star. But this is the information that Eric Seligson, he's already passed on.
Okay,
But she's managed to save a lot of his work.
okay.
This is Ophiuchus, the women who control the world. And it gives an extensive information about Ophiuchus, the angry Ophiuchus. I think this is even embracing like all the parts of us. When we try to deny that we have sides of us, I work a lot with as a grateful recovering addict, embracing all of the parts of us, like the good, the bad, the ugly, the shameful parts, the dark parts of ourselves. When we look at the yin and the yang,
Mm-hmm.
the yin and the yang, it's actually called yang, yin yang.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is that website we were all telling you about. Uh,
Yes.
so this is
So
really good.
yeah, I'm
Lots.
looking to see if there's about Ophiuchus rising, and it does say the yin and yang of existence.
Mm-hmm.
Ophiuchus represents the natural law and its changes. She appears out of the ether, a substance of ineffable transformation and marvel.
Yin and yang of the yin
Yeah,
and yang of existence. There we go.
yeah. Astrology tells us the aether is the element of Ophiuchus. Aether has a spiritual and material meaning in astrology. So when I talk about five elements, since in early times it was only known catalysts for chemical reactions and detonation, Aether had also had the amazing power to take away pain, but behind its mundane use, Aether also represented polarity as two extremes working in tandem. Over 3,000 years ago, the Chinese designated Aether as a centerpiece of the universal law of unity of opposites, like our Democrats and Republicans. If
Yeah,
this world could just come together and stop all this duality and power, it's we're so divided that united looks so far away.
it does more and more every day. I mean, you'd think that it would, after thousands of years and all of that, being divided, that we would feel better of being united. But I think only in small periods of time were we actually united,
Yeah,
and it didn't, and whatever it never lasted.
yeah,
I mean, which is really sad because, like, they talk about the Tower of Babel. I think the world got united, and then something happened, and we became ununited. That's the whole story of it. Is
it's in all of it's been for division from astrology today. As a person who studies 13 sign astrology, I know other 13 sign believers that go and argue with 12 sign believers. And I'm just gonna, like, people could just believe whatever they want. Like, everything is so. We've got people arguing over beliefs and what is really real. And I'm wondering if all of that Tower of Babel was meant to uh, cause all this babble over beliefs and control the masses and confuse all of humanity, leading them all further away from the truth.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's all about. It's just like watching TV. It's programming. It's programming you and me. Everything is to lead us away from what we should be following. You get what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
mean, everything is trying to get you away and deceive you into following a path that you should actually be on.
yeah,
Because it's like losing weight. For instance, and I'll just put this out here for a good example, and I think everybody can relate. Oh, I'm fat. I can't do whatever. So I want to lose weight. Well, what's the good way of losing weight? You change your eating habits, you do some exercise, and you lose the weight. Correct?
yeah,
That's kind of the way it should be going. but then they all look for the pill. Hey, if you just take these few pills every day and drink this drink or whatever it might be, you will lose weight. Eat whatever else you want, but you'll lose weight. And sure, for a day or two, you're losing weight. You look at that weight scale and it's going down, and yeah, this is the easy way. You put your faith, you put your power into something somebody else did for you, and then you did nothing for yourself, and then you expected all the results. And then in the end, what do you think happens? Well, you can't keep taking those pills forever because that wrecks your body. And then next thing you know, you're like, why am I falling apart? Why ain't I losing the weight? Or maybe you stop taking those pills and you gain it all back plus some more. And it distracted you from all the things that you really needed to do by like changing your diet and exercising and eating right and all those good things. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I touch on that stuff exactly. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I was typing that while you said that. We want instant gratification
Yeah.
without real work. We are, especially in the Western world. I just ordered a book that my comedic yoga instructor recommended called Eastern Body, Western Mind. And after your Divine Feminine video, right before Friday the 13th, I think,
Yep.
or the same day, it was Friday the 13th. You did the picture of Isis or Uset, and I'm doing Egyptian comedic yoga with my yoga instructor in the immortality pose.
Mm-hmm.
And the way we did that, even all these synchronicities. My gosh, I just went all off in left field. But
The synchronicities. You're on synchronicity. And doing the pose. The Isis
we were
pose.
doing it. The way it, all of this, oh my gosh. I just lost my whole train of thought. What were we talking about?
You're talking about the yoga and the
Instant
Isis
gratification.
pose.
We want the results without having to do the work.
That's right.
Without having to sit down on the floor and stretch out our back. And okay, say I was getting headaches. Here's a good example. I was getting shooting pain up the back of my head, tension, and sitting at these devices in improper posture. And the yogis, as I'm doing these neck stretches, I am a recovering opiate addict. So I know all about popping a Vicodin to take the pain away, even if maybe my body was trying to tell me something else. Because I talk a lot now about our beliefs and energy manifesting pain, as I just said, on a different side of our body. So as this fast-paced Eastern body, Western mind, we get to thinking by ways we were taught of ways to avoid and deny and distract. And we live in convenience here in the Western world. We want fast food, we want fast fashion, we want fast cars. Mm-hmm. We don't know how to just sit still and meditate and relax.
Yes. Well, and see,
do breath work.
This is the thing that most of the rest of the world isn't as fast paced as we are either. And we have no clue what not being fast paced is, because We live it every day. You got to be on the go. You got to get up in the morning early, and you grab, like you just did, to grab that cup of coffee so it wakes you up. You got to have that caffeine rush so you can get down the road. You can go to work, and you're busy, busy, busy all day, and you get home, and then you got about a million things to do. Take care of the kids, the cat, and the dog, and clean the house, and wash the dishes, and get everything ready and get ready for work the next day. And then, well, you got to have some enjoyable time, and you got to have some, well, you got to cook a meal for supper, and you gotta. And then guess what? Now it's late night, and you get to bed, you get a couple hours of sleep so you can go back and do it all over again.
Yes, I was
Uh,
just listening to a woman talk about how hard it was to be a woman. We got to
yep.
clean. We're expected to raise children. We have to have our monthly cycle. And she said, and we ain't even talked about work yet. Don't get me started about that. We got to clean the house. And what if we make our lives more difficult than they need to be? What if we have more things that we don't need? I talk about the 5 levels of attachment on my channel. Attachment to belief in things.
Yes.
And maybe we take on way more than we need to.
Yeah. Well, here's a good example. It's the government. We're going to use the government for an example. How's this? Right? And this is so very true. This is why we're in a shit ton of trouble. Is because, for instance, the government builds a road, right? And sure, it was a gravel road. Cost 500, say, we'll just say this gravel road's 5 miles long. It costs $500,000, right? And then you had to hire a guy to grade that gravel road every year, right? Now you got to pay him what, $30,000 a year to grade that road. And he goes back and forth on a grader, and then you got a grader, and you got to pay maintenance on the grader and gas for the grader, et cetera, right? Well, then you say, I'm going to blacktop that road. Well, that's going to be, that's going to be $1 million to grade that or blacktop that road. But then, well, now you need somebody to maintain that road. And you got to have signs on that road, and the speed limit's going to be different. You got to have people picking up and mowing the grass on the side of that road, and maintenance on that road. Well, now you got to hire two guys or maybe three to maintain that road. So your budget for that road goes up,
Yeah.
and in 10 years the road is wore out, and now instead of costing $1 million, it costs $1.5 million. But now, those guys, well, they've been in their upper years, so now they've been working for the state or country or the government for a while. So now you're going to have to hire a fourth guy because it's they can't work more than 8 hours, and now they got to plow snow on it, and got to get some more equipment, different equipment to maintain that $1.5 million road. So every year that road is in, the cost keeps going up, and then you have to maintain that road every year, and it gets more and more and more and more expensive. See what I'm saying? So the government says, I'm going to give you, $100,000 a year to maintain that road. Well, and then you use that $100,000 up, and then you say, well, we use that $100,000 to maintain that road. Next year we're going to need $125,000 to maintain that road, and the next year we're going to need $150,000, and the next year we're going to need $175,000, and the government says, well, okay, you must be doing a good job. Here's more money. And at some point, is it you? Could you just have a gravel road and go a little slower? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at some point you can't afford that road no more. That blacktop road is costing you so much money that now you can't even drive on it. It's more like a gravel road anyway, because you can't afford to keep it. That's the whole point. And you can't afford to keep it. You should have stayed with the gravel road. And you could have had the one guy with his one grader going up and down it if people would just go a little bit slower.
Yeah.
You see what I'm...
And it would cost a lot less. Here's the other part of this that can go with the government. And just think really for 1 second about how much energy it takes for everybody that streams all over YouTube to connect all over the world with all the other people. And the energy, like, we want faster. When our electronics aren't streaming smoothly, we get mad.
Yeah.
I talk a lot about even mind control. And all of it, since the first televisions and radios came out. And all the different brainwashing. Actually, hold on a second. Because if this plays a one that's not got a copyright, that's not good. Sorry. Sorry, my sound shut off for just a second. Goodness. And even thinking for ourselves, can you think for...
I don't know what happened there. Huh. Got it. There we go. Can you hear me now? Okay. Yeah, I see Paul from Newcastle, or no, was it? Who said that?
Hello? I can't hear. Hold on a second. I have no volume. You can hear me, Jargo? Okay, so Robert, refresh your page. I had to re-enter. Okay, Jargo can hear. I can't hear Robert. Okay, Michelle, page. That's so funny. I was just saying when our devices don't work. We don't like it when our devices don't work right. Well, anyway, we'll get back to our regularly scheduled program here in a second. Oh dear. It's still gone. Apparently my microphone must have took over. Yeah, we can't hear you at all. We'll have to get real good at reading lips. Because of my phone. Yeah, see, I used to have some of these problems with StreamYard. Oh, dear stars in heaven. I didn't turn up my laptop. I can hear myself, though. I would need headphones on. Oh, that's good, Paul from Newcastle. No. Did you refresh the page? Well, I'll be darned. I stole the sound. I stole the sound. I said our write a sign so he can read it. He needs. We need a. Oh my gosh, he can't even see here. My voice is too loud, and that's all you can hear. Oh my gosh. Well, that's just too bad. We might just have to wrap this interview up because I'm not super good at reading lips. I do have a drawing board that was for my little nephew with a dry erase board. And we could draw letters and things. Thank you so much. almost get seasick with all these visuals. Bobbing around like that. That's a cool background. I keep hoping I'm going to hear something here in a second with Robert talking.
And different things.
Yeah, so I don't feel like I'm talking to
Oh
myself.
my gosh, you can hear me now.
Are.
Oh, I'm back. I hit the right button.
Hallelujah.
I'm a winner. Winner, winner.
Welcome back.
I feel like I'm talking to myself. I'm like
That's
talking
a
away.
song by Eminem.
Yes.
Is anybody out there feels like I'm talking to myself?
There we go. I don't know, just when you said computery stuff, the gremlins bit me in the butt. It's all your fault.
I just said, imagine how much energy it takes for everybody all over the world to be talking, and we hate it when our devices don't work.
And then it just quit.
We're talking about instant gratification and everything.
Yeah, and it just zonked right out. Said no more.
Yes, and we just work on acceptance and going with the flow, because things don't always go as planned, you know?
Yeah.
And like my cheeks hurt from laughing so hard. I've had even friends have that happen, and they were trying to speak and no words were coming out. Mm-hmm. At least you probably were hearing your words in your world. At least you still had audio coming out of your actual self. It just wasn't coming through the computer.
I don't know what it's doing. I'm looking on the YouTube thing, and it's got a whole different screen on there. Oh my goodness.
I know mine's way lagging behind. It always is.
Yeah, well, it's showing I still got the other screen up, and it's like,
it really does it, because sometimes when I'm done reading a card, I'll be moved on 10 minutes later, and I'm still seeing the card on the YouTube version, and I'm like,
yeah,
whoa.
I wonder what is going on there. It's crazy. Well, yeah. Anyway. Well, we've been going for an hour or so now, so I suppose we should send it off before something else bad happens. Oh my gosh, what a day! I tell you. But anyway, hey, we had fun. Look, we moved ourselves around. Look at this,
we did.
All over the place. And there.
Laughter produces endorphins, which is actually our painkiller.
Mm-hmm.
Our painkiller. So
that's right.
That's good in our brain. So we do need some laughter.
Absolutely. But thank you so much for coming on. It was a great Friday night. I think I had you on the 13th, wasn't it? The last time?
Yeah, it was.
Which was so cool.
That was totally cool.
But I had the night off, and I thought it'd be great to have you on again. And but anyway, we're going to have Grandpa Brian on tomorrow, everyone. We're going to be talking about stones. Grandpa Brian was so kind to send me a bunch of stones and crystals and things like that. So we're going to go through those, and I'm going to do some work of trying to figure out which ones. He labeled them all kind of for me, so I know which ones they are, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. Plus, I got this really... Oh, I got to show you what I got. You're all going to love it. I got this.
What is that?
It's my witchcraft kit.
Ooh, how exciting. How exciting is that? What else in there?
Oh, boy, do we got stuff in here. We got all kinds of good stuff. We got herbs. We got stones. We got crystal grid stuff. Wow.
Ooh.
We got a little mat. We got this little bowl thing here. It's a little dish. We
All
got this cool
right.
mat thing to, lay out on our altar daily.
Oh
We got a
man.
little notebook to take notes on. Ooh, we got some string stuff
For
here.
your spell work.
Ooh, we got some
That's what.
little beads and
Ooh, yeah.
there's keys and things like that in here in a little bag. We have
Where did
some witch.
you get
We
that
got
at?
some little witch salt, parchment paper. We got different things. We got essential oils.
Ooh, I'm
There's
actually teaching about herbs and plant medicine over on my other channel.
I would love to learn some more about that. We'll have to have you on for some of that. We got
All right.
lavender and peppermint, and we have black witch's salt.
Ooh.
We have pink witch's salt. We got a big bag here. Look at this big bag. And in this big bag, we got lavender, peppermint, marigold, rosemary, rose petals, algamy, motherwort, goldenrod, mugwort, sage, cinnamon, lady's mantle, jasmine, and bay leaf. Oh, and it smells so good.
Gosh. Yeah,
I dropped one. And then we got all these little trinkets. If you can see that, little trinkets here. I got to put stuff, like little moons and stars.
Yeah.
Ooh, we got candles. I think there's candles, yes, or something here.
Oh my gosh.
Candle things.
Make candles.
Oh, incense. This is incense. Incense things. This is lavender incense.
Yeah.
We got little spoon here and a little bell to ring the little bell. And then we got little bags to put your stuff in. And then look at this.
You are gonna have all kinds of fun over there.
Oh, we got candles. Here's the candles.
Yes.
Yeah, all kinds of different colors. There's pink, white, greens, black, all the different candles in here.
Yeah, and you can get different books. We study the secret language of colors on my channel.
And then here's this one here. All the crystals, gemstones and crystals. I don't know if this is really nice. Look at that.
That came in too?
Yeah, that came in there too.
You keep disappearing.
You keep disappearing. Don't want to show that.
No, it doesn't want to show it at all.
Because it's green, I suppose.
I guess so.
Anyway, there I am. Yeah, but anyway, there they are. They're all in the thing. I suppose it's the color.
That was all that in that box, Paul from Newcastle. I was like, holy cow, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, all this was in this box and stuff. But anyway, I have all the stuff to perform magic spells and stuff like that. And we're going to be going through that sometime, because I am a real wizard here. Yeah. And I am wizarding my wizardness,
The spellbinder, that's Ophiuchus. You're an Ophiuchus, right?
That's right.
That's the spellbinder.
Yeah, now I just got to get it all back in the box. I don't know how they packed it. But man, they put a lot of stuff in there, and I don't know if I can get back in there just the same way they took it out.
You get the stuff back in the box in a hurry.
No, never. Look at that. It's an overwhelming box. It's like, Yes, there's way more stuff in the box now than there was when I started. Look at that. But I got that. And then the other day, I acquired another book, and I wish I knew where it was. Where did I put that book? I wanted to show you this book too, and it was my new book on candle. Oh yeah, there it is. Got to go to the library.
Ooh,
Candle Magic.
that's nice. That's
And it's a hardcover book too, and it's got
ooh.
all kinds of stuff, everything from doing spells to see. Here's the chapters: your candle magic starter pack, practical magic with the candle, magic words, customizing your spell candles, planning your spell, making magic candles, the special magic of figural candles, power of numbers, candle spells, layouts, the cabinet of curiosities, candle reading, and then creating your Gilmore. So there you go. But anyway, that's the new book I got. Now I got candles to go with it, and we're all good.
Yeah,
So
you got that from the library?
no, I bought it off of eBay, or
Oh,
was
that's
it
good.
no eBay or Amazon? I think I got it on Amazon.
That looks like it's different than the one I have, but I like yours.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be interested. I actually want to kind of dig a little deeper into it.
Yeah.
So, thank you for sharing that because that
Yeah.
looks exciting.
It is. It's gonna be exciting, but
I dig into burning bay leaves to release
ooh,
things and writing something with a permanent marker on the
uh-huh.
bay leaf and
Mhm.
lighting it because I have my spell candles
Mhm.
and I'm learning the directions and all of it going together, even from different perspectives. From
Mhm.
either it, I'm learning that the medicine wheel in Native American is different as it starts. The east is air. Like if I look this way, east
Yeah.
is the element of air, but it said in some it would be the east is fire where the sun rises.
Mhm.
So it
Mm.
just depends what tradition you're following.
Mhm.
Um,
Mm.
to
Interesting.
everything's even been shifted and changed a little bit.
Absolutely. Scotty boy, you're getting in here just a little bit too late.
Yeah, thank you
We're
so much for having me. By the way,
this has been a lot of fun. Bay leaves are nice. They smell so
bay
good, don't they?
leaves, yep, they're
Yes.
good.
Yes, they do. So,
Yeah, and it has. I just learned about the terpenes for the bay leaf today as
yeah.
I was looking at the endocannabinoid system. And
Uh,
I want to talk more about oils and plant medicines and even psychedelics on my other channel.
there you go. Cool.
Reaching higher states of consciousness and things.
Cool.
Getting out of our mental thinking mind of all the time.
I like that. I like that. Well, we're going to wrap this up, but thank you all for coming. Remember, tomorrow night is Trinity of Truth night on the Milky Way Soul Tribe. We're going to do stones. And Sunday night, you can catch me on with Nina the Mystic, and we're going to be doing more of the spiritual science book, this one here, and we'll be reading from that. So thank you, everybody, for coming tonight, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you, Heather, for joining us
Thank
tonight.
you.
It's been really a pleasure. Okay, everyone, remember, go out, be the frequency you want to receive, because that's how we do it around here. You want to do what you want to receive, and that's what we're all about. Love you all, everyone. Peace, everybody.
Bye. Love you.